gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
We're live.
Boop.
I didn't realize his camera was in the right place. That works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of our Mistwalkers Shroud campaign, where our misadventurers find themselves in a crypt beneath Martira Bay, staring upon a block of amber. Quick introductions. Our cast tonight is Ray.
I am playing Sully, the Oath of Redemption Paladin Gnome, Rock Gnome.
Taylor.
What up? That was literally loud. It cut out my microphone. I'm Taylor, Ennui Poet. I'm playing Olin, the Horizon Walker Ranger.
Steven.
Hi, I'm Steven, also known as Funk. I'm playing Buster K. Slyfoot, the Herringon Twilight Cleric.
Sam.
Oh, hi there. I'm Sam. I'm playing Rosemary, the human battle master fighter.
And in transit currently, but definitely an important part of the cast as well.
Noise.
Hello.
Great.
My name is Tobias. I am playing your local friendly neighborhood Shadow Sorlock.
And
I really hope you're walking past people when you said that.
Does Tobias have his driver's license?
And I am Jonathan, your humble dungeon master for tonight. I really want to. I think because I was messing with APIs, I accidentally kicked myself out of Roll20, so I actually need to jump back into that. What happened? Well, actually, I kind of described where we left off our players. Last time our players fought a false Hydra. They defeated the creature after plugging their ears and thus preventing the false Hydra from preventing them from forgetting about its existence. And after slaying it, they found Rosemary's sister and former group member, Pepper.
Alive and well and so happy to see us.
She was a little airheaded though.
Yeah, she had the top of her head removed,
She really blew her top.
brain scooped out, as most of the victims of the false Hydra did. They also found a small zombie cat that seems friendly enough, that was among these bodies.
Now it's among us.
Among us.
They made a deal with Thorn, who is an agent of the Baron, to avoid her partner Pike, who was, by Thorn's admission, given instructions to help slay the crew while they were weakened from their endeavor inside the crypt. Before we left off, our heroes had looked down into the tunnels below and saw a large tomb of amber that had been broken open. And one of our heroes, Buster, our local Herringon hero, had seen this type of thing before, which is where we left off. So, jumping into this episode, we're going to do a flashback. Many years ago, in a strange and eerie forest, the sounds of birds and insects chirping away. I don't have the right ambient sounds for those. We see... This is almost too... I think maybe this. We see a hut in this forest. This hut is well decorated, obviously of elven architecture by its detailed curves. Behind this hut, we can kind of see what looks like a hedge maze of sort. Not an overly large one, but a large decorative one behind the house, as if in the backyard. The front is filled with gardens of various vegetables and fruits. And we see two small elven children running around playing tag in the front yard. We see what appears to be an elven woman wearing a robe of orange leaves. It's the fall time currently. All the leaves are various colors, and her dress seems to match the foliage of the forest around them. As she kind of watches the kids fondly, the door opens, and we see Buster. Why don't you describe your character for us in this moment?
Buster's probably wearing some form of either smock or excuse the train. What's the thing cooks wear whenever the apron, like a big, heavy, thick linen apron, but made of whatever fine material that you would find in the Feywild Forest. Probably carrying some form of either gardening utensils, and then probably watching the kids running around saying something along the lines of children, watch yourselves, don't trip on the bearing root or the faysuckles. If you trip, you will hurt the garden.
It's a load-bearing root.
One of the kids looks at the other and says, "I'll race you to the faysuckles." And then they take off running. The woman shaking her head, and she looks to Buster and says, "Thank you for, aiding keeping the house kept up during this kind of hectic time. I just appreciate you. How long do you think you're gonna stay?"
As long as you need me, I'm more than happy to help with all transitions and children rearing. I fully understand meals need to be cooked, house need to be clean, vegetables need to be tended after. Although there are magical utensils to make dust not happen in Elvenhome, I'm more than happy to dust if you're, concerned with other court things. It is fine with me. As long as you need me, I'm at your disposal.
At my disposal, eh? Well, I do appreciate that. There is one thing, an old artifact, if you will, the maze in the back. I appreciate you helping me clean it the last couple of days, but I know I've told you to avoid the center, but I think I'd like to go ahead and show you. There's a stone there that I want to kind of clean and shine for... It hasn't been touched in years, and I want to celebrate.
Is there occasion we're celebrating? Is there something we need to set other decorations for?
Well, mostly just celebrating the change of season and the harvest. I'll tell you what, why don't you meet me back there? I think I'm going to change into something a little more rugged for this. And we'll see what we can get up to.
Absolutely. I will finish planting the insert Fey vegetable here. Nothing's coming to me.
Carrots.
No, it has to be something sillier than carrots.
They're purple.
Ferrets.
The purple
Purple
carrots. Yeah, the fake carrots. I will finish
whimsical.
harvest, and I will meet you out there. I'll also get cleaned up. I'll match your rugged appearance, and I'll see you out there. And I do so.
Beautiful. I think we kind of we get a little cut of a little montage of Buster kind of finishing planting, cleaning himself up, washing at like this basin outside, and heading back to this little hedge maze. Um, and you're, yeah. Um, you are somewhat familiar with this maze because you've kind of been back here picking up limbs, um, kind of trimming back the grass that's been overgrown, but the center of the maze has stayed locked up. Um, she, the matriarch of this particular home, kind of like stepped out, hiding her outfit, but like handing you the key and giving you a little wink before shutting the door again. It's a little silver key that matches the lock to this gate in the center of the maze. As you walk back, there is um, like a large covered, uh, almost like a monument in the center of this maze. You can kind of like see there's lots of small statues around the edge, small little gargoyles or imps, um, or even like small children with like angelic wings. All of them kind of like seeming to float around this monument in the center. The monument has this tarp that's pulled over it, like dusty. Um, and you kind of get this as you're walking back here. There's this sense of like thickness to the air. Um, like there's an intensity. It's almost too quiet. You can no longer hear the sounds of the birds chirping and the insects um, chirping. It's quiet, and you have door in front of you. What do you want to do?
If do I have a name for the master of the house, the lady that you're
Yes,
with?
her name is Konu.
If the lady Konu has given me the key, I'll bow somewhat reverently, and I will trot over and open up the door and start entering the center. Yeah, kind of like motioning to the thing like as we get there and be like, "Is this the you said they were stone you wanted to polish?"
Yeah, she kind of she comes out dressed in like uh almost like shorts, like the kind of leaves are now just like wrapped close around her thighs. Um and she has like these kind of tall work boots on that are this green like leather. She looks like basically wearing leathers and like ready to like get dirty. And she kind of chuckles. Her hair like kind of like short. I actually think it's like almost in like space buns. And like this kind of like gold with like leaves kind of mixed in. And she moves over and pulls the tarp. Dust and like old dead leaves that have fallen on it kind of flying off as she does so. Um, Rest in peace, Will.
The cameras.
I figured he'll be here in a second. It's okay.
It
He's
Yeah.
probably
did
walking in.
that sometimes.
Sorry about the cameras, viewers. It'd be like
Yeah.
And as she pulls the like tarp, she says, she kind of like looks around and says, "I'll be right back." And like, it's like pulls it and immediately like walks from the center of the maze, leaving you there by yourself for a moment. Um, and she kind of reveals this large block of amber. It is about 9 feet tall, 4 feet wide, kind of like geometrical cut, but not necessarily evenly in any like even shape. And the amber seems to get almost like darker towards the center, almost like there's a black core to this piece of amber. Um, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Would love to.
Oh wait, polishing a stone with him wasn't just an innuendo?
Wow.
I wish it was. I wish I didn't roll a nat 20 on that, but I did.
Um,
Oh, Buster.
so Buster, you get this sense, that there's almost something alive to this amber, and you can feel it beckoning you. You can resist it, but you can feel it like calling you to touch it, almost like a lover, like beckoning you to caress, to touch, to explore this chunk of like stone.
Upon seeing it, will more than likely let out like a low whistle. Like it's a huge, beautiful, almost shining in this silent hedge maze stone. You said Konu grabbed the tarp off and moved away. Like, is she like out of the hedge maze, or is she just like off to the side?
I mean, you imagine she's just off to the side. She walked out of your view. She's left like the center of the hedge maze and just went around
Right,
the
but I'm
corner. But
still-
it's been like moments. So
And I've just been like lost in sight of it. I even not even absent-mindedly, if it is beckoning me, I know for a fact that Feywild stuff is messed up, but I fully walk up to it and like put a hand on it to just be like, damn, what a slab of beautiful stone. Like, this is cool.
beautiful.
It's the Feywild.
As you do so, the hedge maze disappears around you, instead replaced by a field of black. Darkness all around. And then you see a lone figure standing in front of you, where this amber block was moments before. A young hobgoblin, wearing imperial armor of the Dakani Empire. You recognize immediately. You've seen this face dozens and dozens of times, if not for a very long time now. And this hobgoblin like looks at you with a smile that is, you know, sometimes like people will smile at you and you know that they think you're stupid. Like, he's smiling at you like he knows he like is looking at somebody who is dumb and is like just stumbling around. And he says, "Well, you fucked up again. But
You'll be here eventually."
He kind of like the figure like walks up to you, like walking around you, and says, You always fuck up though, huh? She's probably not coming back, you know that, right? Like,
I have job to do, something to make myself useful, a little bit more useful than you ever made yourself. But, you know, that is your job, to stay around being useless constantly, getting in everyone's way, not fulfilling your purpose. So I'm finally fulfilling a purpose, even if it is rubbing a stone for somebody else. She'll be back.
this is purpose for you. It's just funny, like you're saying these things, and I know that it just feels like you're describing yourself, which makes sense, right? But
Right, it makes sense.
you stay busy because I have purpose. Because I have purpose, you have no purpose. You know this. You are just doing busy work, so you don't have to think about it.
Is better than not doing busy work and thinking about it constantly. You know this. It is better than running away constantly, watching loved ones, or not watching loved ones die behind you. Have you gotten to that part yet? Spoiler?
He kind of just like rolls his eyes.
I feel like there's like like constant, like it is a battle, but like the actions are being mirrored like one for one, eye roll to eye roll, scoff to scoff. Like it just kind of like there's a weird synchronicity to it.
Yeah. Like as he rolls his eyes at you, you're kind of
I
like
also roll
reacting
my
to that.
eyes. Yeah.
Um, and as like he kind of like steps up, and there's this moment where both of you kind of like are mirroring each other, and you settle, just kind of like looking at each other's eyes. And you have to like look up a little bit at this figure.
Yeah, fully much taller than I am now. Yeah.
And he says, there's probably, if you want purpose, like, that's what you want, purpose?
I don't know what I want anymore. I just keep going, figuring it out. Same thing you always did. Purpose would be nice, but purpose also comes with doing something, having a cause. Taking care of people, that's easy. Being taken care of, difficult. Having purpose, it is a lofty goal, something nice to work for. My purpose is to find a purpose.
That sounds dumb. But that's fine. You know I am here to stay, though. Like, you're not getting rid of me anytime soon.
I was afraid of this, but I know.
And as you say, like, I know, the figure, like, smiles as if he's caught you. And you see, like, the darkness seems to fade away, and you are standing back in the center of this maze. You see the amber in front of you now is broken. There is shards landing in front of you. The dark core is no longer there. It's almost like the sun is kind of like shining inside and is now reflecting through, and it looks like brighter than ever. And you see this hobgoblin figure standing across on the other side of the amber, kind of like looking at you, almost like diagonally across from it. And you see, strangely, like, mist is starting to like slowly crawl into this like garden bed. Mist that wasn't there this like earlier. Has not been a misty day at all, but seems to be creeping in beneath the shrubs. And the figure smiles at you, giving you a condescending smile, matching the one you're giving this figure. And he says, if you were not in that borrowed body, I don't know that I would even waste the time talking to you. But since it's a gift, I won't bother you with it. I just want you to know, all of this running around, all of this purpose for a purpose for a purpose, it won't make you happy, but I look forward to watching you try and struggle.
I know. All you will do is sit there and watch. You will also never do anything. At least I'm trying.
With that, you hear the sound of a distant whistle. Machinery moving, lightning crackling. The mist moves in full, as you turn and see these large metal shards, lightning crackling off of them, landing in a row, this massive vehicle, a train-like vehicle, chugging, floating over these electric metal stones that are falling, as this train charges straight for you. And we cut to our cavern. Standing above, staring down. Actually, I'm gonna leave that one. Down into this pit, amber broken. What do y'all do?
So, do we find other way out of cavern, or are we going Thorn way? I don't believe we ever came to a decision.
Rosemary has just taken her hand down from her ear and is just petting the cat and staying by her sister's body.
And that was all in his head, right?
Flashback, baby.
I,
This is new to me.
Yeah. I will say Tobias and Olin, just as like a point of reference. You do remember the day Buster joined the Mist Wardens, and he was one of. There are some people that are just pulled onto the train, and he was one of them.
I never got to get nasty with the fucking elf lady in the maze.
Oh,
Buddy.
oh,
I mean, there were other times and other places that we did, but
one more little theme that I did not forget to
getting
reference at
nasty
all.
in the maze.
Oh, I'm muted.
As this maze, as
Yep,
the
got
train hits, with we just see a wall of mist basically. We see the woman Konu walking back. We see the two children run up to her, and she kind of gives them a sad smile, and she says, "It's done. You can move along." And the two children poof into sprites, each of them, an illusion broken, and each of the sprites buzz off into the forest. Konu takes her hands, wiping across her face, pulling back the familiar face of Theron as her hands go back, red hair flowing down where the blonde was.
You've been getting nasty with Theron!
had sex with Theron.
And he says, "I hope he appreciates all the labor I'm doing for this task." And then we come back to the home.
Table talk. Silas is not the only skank around here. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, we
my
knew that
God.
Buster was nasty.
Yeah, Buster's
but
a
with
hoe.
Theron,
Everybody
Aaron?
got a little skanky in him.
fuck.
That's good shit.
Damn,
That's-
I think you might be the only one with Theron.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
that's
homie.
fine. I'll carry my crown.
That's my dad. You slept with my dad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Buster's your stepdad.
It was all
What?
it was all 7-foot Fey lady when I was up in there. That's fine. I had no idea.
Thorn speaks up and says, "Down there's the tunnels out."
Well, we can't go the way we came, lest we walk ourselves straight into a trap.
John, just as a point of clarification, the moment that amber exploded, and I was lost in the moment afterwards, seeing myself, did I get a good enough look at the amber at that point to then look at this amber and be like, that is shot for shot the exact same one, or is that just a similar one?
Oh, that is a great question. Give me perception or insight.
That's the same modifier. 19, either way.
There is this moment when you look at it where it feels like a mirror of the amber you saw kind of like overlapping with that memory. But then you blink, and you can tell that this looks different. The breaking is different. It looks like even the way it's cut is slightly different. It's definitely the same kind of amber. It's roughly the same size, but it does not feel like it is the same exact one.
Come. I swallow that because we're in mixed company. I'm not going to even bring it up in front of Thorn.
Yeah, so Thorn says, we need to make a decision soon. If we need to stay at your apartment and recover before we go meet the Baron, that's fine.
How long do you think we have? If we rested.
I also think that where we are right now is the only place that they're not going to go.
We
So this
could
might be
rest
our only
here.
place to go. To
I
stay.
could set up little hovel for us. We can rest here. It may look strange, but trust me, magic. Where would we like to go?
Away from the bodies.
We can go deeper in the cavern and then rest there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Me too.
All right.
Then we'll head out
Does
in a little bit and
does Thorn know anything
maybe
about
set a
the
trap for them.
I was gonna ask if Thorn knows anything about the amber.
Yeah, Thorn does not. She sees it and says, she kind of shrugs and says, looks old. Probably something pre-Zalen.
And it looks like something like busted out of it, right?
Yes.
Pretty clearly. Okay.
Yeah, there are like several cracks around it. There are like several large chunks. So like once y'all kind of like make your way down there, if you wanted to like grab a chunk of amber, you certainly could.
Is perfect sell in this game.
Perfect sell. I think Olin probably grabs a chunk.
Sully
Yeah, grab a chunk
definitely
as-
grabs a chunk.
Yeah, I think Rosemary will too.
And then Olin also will cautiously like lean and look into the crater inside of the amber that whatever was in left when it broke out. Just to see if there's
Okay.
anything worth seeing.
Yeah, you kind of like look into the cracks that are there. I think Thorn even like will hold like a torch over for you to kind of like see. But you can definitely tell there was like something at the core of this at one point. You can't quite actually like reach your hand all the way to it, but you can kind of like make it out. Give me a quick perception check
Sure.
or survival check.
Ooh, even better.
Oh.
That's a big number. That's a really big number.
That is a big number.
We just keep doing
29.
it.
Jeez.
2 nat 20s already.
Yeah. Does not make the rest of the session look good.
Don't worry, guys. I already know. I'm going to roll in that one.
Okay.
You can whisper me if you want. If it's a secret.
Olin, you could tell that this amber was broken a long time ago, decades ago. There's like enough dirt built up on here. that it has been quite some time. You do notice, like, almost like imperceptible at this point, like you're kind of like earth and dirt has kind of covered it. Tracks have broken it, so it's not longer whole. But you can tell there used to be some sort of magical circle. You can see the bits and pieces of like the silvery material that used to make it up that surrounded this amber that has long ago been broken. No longer has any magic kind of infused into it, but what looks like some sort of powerful arcane ritual occurred here.
Interesting. Man, there's the perfect person to ask about this very old magical amber. She's just up the caveway.
My God.
Oh yeah.
Going to go ask Odessa about it?
I kind of do want to go ask Odessa about it.
We should probably also tell her that we have killed the thing.
She can take her earplugs out finally. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, if everybody else is okay with that, it feels
That
like
would be a chill place to like camp out too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, because it was underneath all that rubble, so they wouldn't think to look there probably.
Yeah, it was down in like the lower levels.
I'm gonna take the giant scarf Pepper had and sort of loop it and put the kitten in it so that I can carry Pepper's body.
Mm.
Yeah. Beautiful. And you do still have, not that you have to read it right now, but you do still have a letter that Pepper wrote.
I'm gonna read that later.
Cool. So you take Pepper's body, you go to where Odessa has her workshop, maybe clearing out a couple of like loose zombies that have meandered into your path, as you make your way back there. Odessa seems to be working on like another drawing, this one looking like an arcane, almost like a schematic of some sort. And she kind of like blinks as you enter and says, oh, you're back?
Sorry to interrupt your work, but
hold on. And she takes out the earplugs.
Of course. Sorry to interrupt your work, but we have slain the Vanisher and found an interesting magical artifact that I thought you may be able to tell us something about.
Oh. I think I'm good at magical artifacts.
That's what I also thought. So I would love if you'd come to look, or if we just told you about it. Either way, whatever works for you.
Oh.
I hate to inconvenience you.
Perhaps you can just tell me about it. I'm pretty focused on this.
Don't we all have chunks of it too? We can just like
so you can show her the amber.
show her.
She kind of looks at it. We'll join them all here. She looks at the amber. She says, "Oh, that's familiar." Like kind of like taking a piece and looking at it. She says, "I remember Zaylen studying amber. He was very interested in it and its properties. Sorry, I don't remember much right now." And then she like looks off a little distantly, and starts sketching. And she says, "It was probably used to seal away something. I remember amber being used to seal them away."
Seal them?
I feel like I don't have good chill music right now. I need to figure out music again.
Just play the
harpsichord.
Yeah, just play the harpsichord.
She kind of like looks up and she like almost like annoyed at the like question of them, and waves her hand like around. She says, "You know, them."
Do I know them?
No, you have no idea what she's talking about.
No, I'm sorry. We're not from around here.
Oh well, do you travel the land of mist?
Yes, we do.
Oh, good. And you know that we're basically all prisoners to some strange powers that control these lands.
And this land in particular seems to be in need of one or missing one.
Yes. As Aelin theorized something about the powers. I'm sorry, I don't remember. Can we talk about something else?
Can I describe the arcane sigil that was in the amber?
Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and tell you, she rolled a nat 1 on this check.
Ooh,
That's right. Can this be a
let me
different
add
check?
that to count.
And she has a high bonus, but that nat 1
Yeah, it hurts.
So you kind of describe this, and she says, "Yes, it sealed them away. There was an order or something or another that crossed the lands as Aelin started it. To help seal them. You need a magic circle to seal them."
Thorn, do you know anything about an order to seal away great power?
Thorn shrugs and shakes her head and says, I mean, there are legends about Azaelin. He's said to be a great wizard who came from an order of wizards who followed him. An order that there's not much history on. Honestly, they did not. Either they didn't last, or they were disbanded, or they worked in secrecy. But these wizards seemed to disappear a long time ago. At least there's no record that I remember learning about them. What was the word? The Red Wizards, they were described as.
I know about them. Kind of. Oh. Interesting. Is there any chance that this sigil might be in your spellbook?
Said I would like to talk about something else. Oh, I didn't do the British accent there.
Who said that?
As she like continues to like sketch and like doesn't even make eye contact with you.
Well, then perhaps you'd like to talk about how the Vanisher is gone?
Oh, you killed it.
We did. With not a casualty to our name. Well, during that fight.
Well, that is good news. Thank you. I should reward you. That's what queens do. She kind of like begins like scratching stuff. And she says, here. I've designed this schematic, a magical item. You'll need to find the right components to build it, but...
Is it for an instant long rest?
It's a coffee maker.
It's an espresso machine.
It mimics the effects of a short rest.
You can be the coffee like you always wanted to be.
Literally.
Literal coffee lock.
She hands you a magical schematic which can be used in crafting with the right components. I'm going to type this out.
This is going to be interesting.
Could be anything. Could even be a boat.
That is
Flying boat with a bunch of boots.
What?
with a bunch of.
Oh, I forgot that Roll20 doesn't like that. A schematic for a wheel of stars.
Oh, the
What
wheel of
is that?
stars. It's really cool.
I don't even know what that is.
Me either.
It's something I talked to John about when we were talking about fun magic items for the future.
Oh, so
Owen.
it's definitely not for Olin.
No, not at all.
Not even thematically.
But yeah, you see this like very complex arcane diagram that has like this strange will that talks about like there's like lots of divination magic involved.
Oh, and isn't this the thing that you told me about that you wanted for Christmas? Or whatever the equivalent is in this realm that we're talking about?
Yule.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking about asking for this for Mistmas.
Not miss.
Jolly old Saint Mist, you know.
Saint Mist. Or it could be Christmas.
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 Where if you're good, you get presents. If you're bad, you get thrown into the mist.
Putting the
Oh,
mist
no!
in Mistmas.
As you're doing this, like as you're kind of like taking the schematic, the little zombie cat comes up and begins like chewing on your like thigh, Olin, or not your thigh, your calf, your ankle.
Cat
Really,
climbed.
Yeah. Well,
it just like comes up like.
you and I have a lot in common.
I'm gonna look at the queen.
I'd
and
pet it.
say-
I just pet the cat.
While we're here, I'm gonna look at the queen and I'm gonna say, so I don't think you're gonna have company for quite a while if you're gonna stay down here. How about we show you a group game with those playing cards?
Oh, yes, the cards, and she kind of like beams and pulls them out. And yeah, is like completely down with that, like very excited. Buster, are you casting like Liamon's Tiny Hut or something?
I sure am.
Or Tiny
That's what I've been
Hut?
doing this whole time, and that's why I
Who's-
don't know any of this stuff.
Who's Liam?
Buster's
famous,
Tiny Hut.
famous Mistwalker.
It is a ritual
famous
spell.
hut haver.
Yeah.
It is a ritual spell, and it's a domain spell, so I don't have to waste any spell slots. But it's a 20-foot dome, and once you enter, it's like Hobbit home is the closest thing culturally as a touchstone that we know, but it's like a rabbit's house, or like Winnie the Pooh's rabbit's house, but like it's a lot more densely, like, I don't know, packed with warmth. It's a lot less empty, like that. It's a little bit more Hobbit house.
Burrow.
Yeah, a little burrow. Like once you enter, it's very cozy. It's very magical. It's like a little home, and there's like it's centered around a like a cooking spit in the middle, an ethereal little cauldron.
I feel cozier already.
Oh yeah, it's the perfect temperature.
I as a person feel cozy.
Yeah.
Just
That's,
me.
Yeah.
I don't even feel temperature and I feel cozy.
As
I
y'all
learned
kind
this.
of.
Sorry, I learned this from a cottagecore lesbian elf in the Feywild. It was I didn't think I'd ever have to use this spell, but like, sure. Thank you for
Uh,
letting me get my joke out.
Beautiful. As you're setting this up, you guys are getting ready to sleep for the night. Are there any scenes you guys want to play? We have like her she'll like glad Odessa, this kind of undead revenant queen, playing a game of cards with all of you who are interested in
I
playing
love
cards.
Odessa. Odessa's wonderful.
Odessa is, I, if she wants to become a warlock patron, I will gladly sign up. I would like to, while they're all busy playing cards, I'm gonna be sitting with Pepper and I'm gonna read the letter by myself.
I'm gonna send this letter. Oh, I'm so tempted just to go show it to players, but I'm gonna send it just to you.
I'm so excited.
All right, you should see it in your handouts.
Alright, alright. Did you give it to the right redhead?
Yes. If you go down to handouts, it should be under the prophecy handout.
Do you give it to your favorite undead
Yep.
elf?
I see it.
All right.
You know that scene from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt where he points to the sign, it says no face journeys?
My bad.
Yeah, I can see Sam reading that.
Interesting. Fascinating.
So,
I really read the whole thing.
we see Pepper sitting there as everybody's playing the game, reading the note,
Wait,
going.
Wait, Pepper's
Yeah.
Or
sitting
sorry.
there?
We see Rosemary
Yeah,
reading
Pepper's
Pepper's
sitting
note.
there, all right.
I pulled a weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah. What are you doing with Pepper's body actually? Like while
I-
you're just doing?
I thought we had grabbed like something to wrap her with.
Yeah.
And so I'm sort of just sitting by her. I've got her laid out very respectfully, but I don't know. I don't want to send her to Mother. I don't know what to do with her though, because I always just send dead bodies to Mother, and this is the first time having to deal with one.
It really sucks that you love and respect your sister so much, because if you didn't, we
know.
could give Thorn your sister's body and have her bring bring Pepper's body out to convince Pike that we died.
No.
I know, that's what I'm just saying. It came to me as I was imagining the like weekend at
I know.
Bernie's.
That was
It's like
that would be brilliant.
Yeah, that would be an interesting tactic for sure. Any other scenes you want to play out for the night?
I definitely think Olin goes and shows the schematic to Tobias. Look at this thing.
Yeah. What exactly does this thing do?
Well, if I had to put it into three important bullet points. As a reaction, when creature
Oh.
uses... So what it does is, you can, when a creature you see makes a roll, so attack roll, saving throw, ability check, you make that creature roll a d10, and you can add or subtract the number rolled from the roll. You can cast Fly on yourself or cast Levitate, and you can, it has like weird, wacky side effects if you don't have the like thing it's supposed to be installed in, which is always fun. But also it gives +1 to wisdom saving throws.
Oh, that's nice. This is perfect for you, Olin. Now I gotta find you another Mistwalker. Great. Dang it.
It's okay. I'm behind on finding your Mistmas gift, so
Didn't you give me a flower like last week for the book?
I thought that was for your birthday.
Wait, when is Mistmas? Do we still? Hey, Odessa, is Mistmas still happen here?
What day is it? Why, it's Mistmas Day, of course. Then I haven't missed it.
And I haven't missed it.
Miss blessed us.
They can do whatever they
misblessed us,
want. They did it all in one night.
I'm just gonna lean in.
I'm so glad we know the Christmas.
Miss, yes, we celebrate it every year.
Has it happened already this year, or are we still waiting for it?
To be honest, I'm not even sure what year it is, so I couldn't tell you.
Fair.
Come here. Let's discuss what we want for Mistmas. Come here.
There is a native here that you could ask who knows what day and year it is.
No one cares, Thorn. No one cares.
I love it. I love it.
I feel like Thorn's the kind of person who her parents are really into Mistmas, and so she doesn't
So she
celebrate
hates it.
Mistmas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thorn is like, no, I hate
It's too
Mistmas.
commercial. Nobody knows the true meaning of Mistmas anymore. It's just a commercial holiday.
It's just pushed by merchants to make extra gold.
Odessa, if you know how to make any more of these schematics, we could definitely talk about it. Come here. We got to talk about Mistmas. Hip, come here.
Why don't we have our own little Mistmas right now?
Ellen, this is why I keep you around. This is fantastic. You know,
this
the
is
anime
just
beach episode. We
yeah,
have a
the
Mistmas
beach
episode.
This is just Tobias, Olin, and Odessa celebrating Mistmas in the corner of the hut.
Yeah, completely.
Rosemary, super sad by her dead sister.
With her sister's corpse.
And then Mistmas.
Sully, what are you doing?
I think Sully is playing with the little doll that looks like her, trying to figure out why it looks like her.
Still kind of like fixated on like this doll that you found.
Mm-hmm.
If you douse it in holy water, it will not be a good weapon.
Listen! One fucking time! God damn! You know what? I'm not sharing my letter with you anymore. Fuck you.
I'm the only one who remembered Pepper. You have to share it with me.
Yeah, just as a point of reference, Sam did try
By
once
law.
to fight I'm pretty sure a vampire spawn with
Oh.
a doll soaked in holy water.
It kind
Now it makes sense.
It kind of worked.
Now it makes sense.
I did damage, and I forgot that it was soaked in holy water, and I was like, oh my god, it's a magic doll.
Anyway,
Oh no.
so you're kind of like we see Pepper sitting by the body. We see the boys and Odessa talking about Miss maybe over cards. We see I think we already said Sully with the doll. What is Buster doing?
Buster's probably in with whatever like kit tools he has or whatever, because some people play Lehman's Tiny Hut like it's actually like a mobile base. So like if it is something that you can have like a cooking spit and things to make food on, I would make dinner for everyone. I would probably give Rosemary a little bit of time, but then ask for her sword, the one that got chipped, and put a little bit of time, like with some whetstones and the spell mending to fix it, just in case for like a backup blade, because it's always good to have. And then short of that, just kind of like sitting around watching everyone. If there is a good point when like either Thorn knocks out, or like when she's not paying attention, I might mention to someone if like one person's available, just like ask them if they have ever seen the amber thing, and maybe mention to one person, maybe Rosemary if she's still quietly contemplating to herself, and Thorn's not there, probably be like, I know what that is. I've seen it before.
Yeah, I think there is like this point where Thorn's like, I'm gonna go like scout around, make sure that there's not anything weird down here that we missed. kind of like leaving the group on their own.
You said nothing that we missed. Dismiss.
Nothing that we missed. Yeah.
A little part of me worries about her going off on her
I
own
also
and
am like,
doing something, but like,
yeah.
I'm also tired.
I think Sully would probably ask Odessa if she knew anything about the Cornhusk doll, because everybody seems to be asking her questions about magical items.
Okay. I dig it. So you just kind of you show her the doll. What do you ask her?
Do you know why this looks like me?
She kind of like looks up at the doll, looks at you, and she says, "Does it?"
Sully looks at the doll and then looks at Odessa and is like, yes, this looks just like me. Why?
She kind of like looks a bit confused. She says, "Did you make it?"
No, I found it.
Oh. Coincidence?
Coincidence, it looks just like me.
Does it look just like her to us?
Yeah, to the rest of us.
I mean, it looks like it could be.
Is this
Could
some
be
s-
her. It's a little
is this some
red-haired.
Is this some Silent Hill shit?
The only one who sees this doll looking like me, and now I look silly. Oh no.
She kind of like looks at it and shrugs, and she says, "I don't know. I guess I could see the likeness if I squint, but it just looks like a doll. I will say people occasionally stumble upon strange things in Darkon, things that are eerie or seem odd or unnatural in some ways."
Well, is it magic at all?
If you soak it in holy water.
She takes it. You see her create like a fire on her hand and like go to put the doll in the fire. Do you stop her from doing that?
No.
Okay. She puts it into the fire and you see the doll catch, suddenly burning into ash as it like disappears. And she goes, "Oh, no, it's not magical."
I love this woman with my whole heart.
She's wacky.
Excuse me.
If it was magical, the flames would not have burned it, but because it burned to ash, we know conclusively it is definitely not magic.
Do you ever have witch trials here?
Does it also weigh as much as a duck?
I was just about
think-
to ask that.
Sully starts pouting immediately. She just like turns
Oh.
away and starts like little tears form in her eyes, and she's like,
You see Odessa, like, as you turn away, she, like, looks around, like, a bit distressed. And she says, "I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?"
"You burned my doll!"
"Oh, well, I can pay you for it? Or..."
I
Rich
can see
people.
if there are pieces of it, I can try and mend it. I don't know how fire works on. a lot
There's,
of,
like, a few shreds of, like, cloth from the hair yarn that were part of the hair. Most of the wood that made it up is mostly straw, so it's mostly gone.
Right. Well,
Oh, Sully, I can maybe like crochet you a doll.
It's not the same.
Okay. Not gonna
Well,
push it. I've got my own
let-
problems.
less creepy dolls to be afraid of. At least it never whispered to you. It whispered to you.
No, it didn't whisper to me.
That is just a weird doll.
But it looks just like me.
All right, but when it starts whispering to you, that's when we have to call, like, me, the cleric.
Me.
Who are you
You
going
see
to call? Me.
Odessa, like, reaches down, like, looking through some of her things next to, like, the sarcophagus that she uses as a desk, and pulls out a potion. And hands it over to you, Sully, and she says, "An apology. This should make up for the doll. It's much more expensive."
This woman's got so many musty ass potions down here.
And you see like it's like a transparent liquid potion with like what looks like a large fingernail clipping of some sort floating in it.
What does it
You-
do?
Joking.
It's it makes you strong.
Oh, Sam wants it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you elaborate, like out of character right now?
You can
What-
you can identify it with a short rest, which you guys are about to take,
Okay.
Yeah.
or you can make an Arcana check if you would like.
I'll wait.
Okay.
Just one thing before I rest, and I'm sorry if I'm cutting anyone off. I just wanted to wait until everyone else was resting. I'm just gonna kind of go over to her and show her the back of the letter, and ask if she has any insight on what might be needed.
Odessa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she kind of like looks at it, and oh, I didn't put a rarity on there, did I?
You did not.
She's about to commit necromancy, guys.
What? Me? That didn't sound very convincing.
Me?
I would
Never.
never.
Imagine
But if I did.
Imagine having the foresight to write out the instructions to a spell to bring yourself back to life after being
Listen.
like, right before being killed. Wild.
Shit is
Alright.
going to go
Ooh,
badly.
interesting.
Make sure you include the water.
Interesting.
She's like, "Oh, you'll need some very rare components for this one." And I updated the little note on the schematic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll just, ask her that and then, okay, yeah, sure. And then,
Can we, if we're in, I don't know how the physics of the hut work. Can we hear things that are happening outside of the hut if we're in the hut?
I believe so. Transparent from the inside.
It doesn't really say, but
I mean, I assume.
Spells and magical effects can't be cast through it. Creatures and objects can move through it freely, but no one can hear inside. So if they're outside, they can't hear inside.
well, we can probably hear the outside then.
So yeah, I think it's up to. It depends on how I have it set. The color is opaque. Like if you're on the outside, it's opaque looking in. Like it's like dark. It just looks like a weird ball of like shadow.
Well,
But if you're inside, it's transparent looking out.
regrettably for Rosemary, when Olin is resting, they are completely conscious. So.
okay, well, good luck seeing what was on the letter. Because
I
she
mean,
also
but-
quickly folds it up and...
No, but I could hear the conversation, whatever was
Oh,
said.
yeah.
Not that it matters that much. Olin kind of keeps to themselves, but
Yeah.
you would also probably know that, I would assume.
Yeah, she would know that about them, but also, well, they can't see it, so, and I'm being very,
Very
in her
sneaky.
mind, very sneaky.
Right. Any other scenes before y'all complete your short rest? For those we've already talked about, but for any new watchers, we use the gritty resting rules. Therefore, for the team to sleep all night, they'll be taking a short rest.
Using the moment when Thorn is gone during her scouting or however long she's gone, I'd probably take that moment to mention to everyone like, right, so this ember, it is familiar to me. Kind of. It is not the same, but I've seen this before. And John, I have an above table question for you.
Sure.
Like, I love the music pause. Uh, how often do I see this shadow or this echo of myself? Is it only when rolling a nat 1 and seeing the soul echo, or is it like kind of like a constant?
I wouldn't say it's constant. I would say it sometimes feels like you hear it more regularly than you see it. But generally speaking, it's when you roll in at one or you're purposely like seeking it out. It will occasionally like pop up semi-regularly, but I feel like you hear it more than you see it.
Right. Okay. I will say fully with the awareness that it is also aware of me at all times. Just like effectively last day I was in Feywild, I found myself in front of one of these. I don't know if anyone else has ever encountered one of these big amber rocks, vessels, whatever. But I'm familiar with it, and it has left, how can I say this, a lasting effect on me. It has impacted me in a way that I truly cannot describe. It is
Has-
not a friendly rock. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure you were finished before I asked, has anyone else had experience with the embers as just Buster?
Oh, I've never seen it. I've never seen it, right?
No.
Okay.
Can I see if I remember it either with Mother or try and remember before?
The before times.
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
Can I see if I can remember it from my past life?
Intelligence. My specialty.
You can also give me an intelligence check if you like, Olin, but it's gonna be like a very high DC
I
for
think
you.
that's
So
fun,
it's like
though.
a DC 7, right?
Yeah, no, Rosemary,
Oh.
you.
It's a good
I've
roll,
never-
but with a +0, it ain't good enough.
Yeah, you. Neither one of you have seen anything that remotely looks like this block of amber. Buster seems to be the only one in the group that has.
So, Buster, is there something that we should be worried about?
Well,
Oh, you know what? I will say, I feel like perhaps, Olin, I'm thinking about it. You may have heard something, whispers of like an amber temple
Oh,
in
sure.
Barovia, but you're not really like clear the associations. You've just kind of like heard amber associated with this temple back in Barovia.
Because I've been on the train for so long. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, cool.
In another land, in another place.
Neat. Keep that to myself.
I do not know if this is necessarily something to worry about, but it was when I saw it initially, there was something inside of it, and it was dark is not the right word for it. It was very heavy, very dense type of feeling inside the stone. But then afterwards, stone was cracked open, like how the stone in the nest was. But you see, I do not know. It is like different kind of effect. I've always chalked it up to my mind playing tricks on me or my years catching up to me. I do not know. It might be something else. If there are more than them. This was the only one that I ever saw. I thought it was standalone, strange rock within hedge maze, average Fey fare. Once you've seen one, you feel like you've seen them all. But it has stayed with me, and now I believe it is kind of like a shadow follows me. Of a past life.
Buster, we all have one of those, right?
Past life?
Shadows following us.
I understand how dynamic of light works, please.
I'm sorry.
Does your shadow talk to you and tell you are a useless sack of shit?
Whoa.
It doesn't
swear
do that,
jar.
but it does.
Yes, sorry. I put a gold in the swear jar. My shadow has a attitude problem.
Mine doesn't tell me I'm a piece of shit. It just makes me a piece of shit.
I would prefer that. It is loud sometimes. Sometimes it is all I can pay attention to, but be glad your shadow does not talk back to you.
Well, the people that I turn into a piece of shit too probably wouldn't prefer it.
Well,
Rosemary's
did in
holding
your-
out the swear jar.
What you did in your past to make you who you are, it is like layers of scar tissue. It deadens you to more pain, but the least you can do is not use it to further make other people chafed.
That's exactly why I'm here. Exactly.
Yes, I know. Me too.
Yeah. Well, Buster, you want to take some of Odessa's money in a game of blackjack and then go to bed?
No, I'm always down to clown.
Let's play. Odessa, we got a new game for you. You still got that purse, right?
Buster flips his visor around like a dealer. Like, all right, the game is lucky 21. Cracks his neck a whole bunch of times. This is card deals.
I rolled a 25 on a playing card set roll.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah, this is like, oh, I actually found another purse somewhere.
He's got like 18 around of them.
Oh my god!
Oh
he
my
flees her.
god.
Oh my
god!
Wow.
Flees her.
All right, Odessa baby, nat 20. You got this. You got this, boo. I believe in you.
This is it.
No!
Oh!
You never stood a chance.
Oh no.
Frank, I believe in you.
Y'all win 175 Electrum.
Oh my god.
This is Electrum.
She is from the olden times.
Electrum.
Jesus Christ, I love
Aren't you
it.
supposed to make a fork or a spoon out of this?
Oh, I'll hold on to the Electrum
No.
because I don't carry gold, so I'll just take the Electrum.
You don't carry gold as a thing?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm
Five-
broke
Is it 'cause
anyway.
you're
Five-
broke?
An Electrum is half a
Well,
gold, right?
yes, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 Electrum make 1 gold.
2 Electrum make 1 gold. Not 5 Electrum make 1 gold.
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 to 1.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Hey, in this world,
it's 2 to 1.
Money's fake.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually like 10 copper makes 1 silver, 10 silver makes 1 gold, but then like Electrum's a weird one where it's like 2 Electrum make 1 gold.
It's
That is weird.
I thought it was the $2 bill. That's the other way around. It's a $half. I believe we
Oh,
both
yeah.
wrote 25s.
That's so
poor
good.
that poor woman.
Yeah, y'all
How
both
dare
got
you.
25s.
We
I've added
fleeced
that
her,
to the group
dude.
fund.
Beautiful. So, y'all get short rests.
I get all my stuff back.
I'm gonna press my short rest button.
I forgot there was a button.
So you can
It
spend any
doesn't
hit
really do
dice if you
anything.
need to, which I don't really think you really do. You seemed like
I think
I
temp
I
HP
need
goes
to.
away.
Mine accidentally healed me up. I need to.
Do our buffs go away now?
Oh, our
I
temp
think-
goes away. Yeah,
think
Yeah.
temp
Okay.
HP goes away.
because I think it's on a short rest, not a long rest.
Okay.
Cool, I'll take that.
I get one
I'm
spell
so
back.
low health.
Yay!
Yeah, I get none back.
I get
But
my
Leomans
Ghost
is
Detect-
free.
Do I get my detect portal back?
Oh, I also use my Bloodwell vial to give myself sorcery points back. FYI.
Do we have a bard for Song of Rest?
no bards.
No Bardi.
Oh god. Okay, I think 55 out of 70 is good enough.
Or is that all your hit die?
No, I rolled like shit.
Oopsie.
I always say just use it now, because you have to use it later.
Yeah, alright, we'll roll one more.
Ooh,
Alright. 67 out of 70. We'll take that. That's 122. I just went to do plus 12.
Beautiful.
I don't think there's anything else.
So the party gets some rest. You sleep in.
Does Thorn come back?
Thorn does come back
Okay.
like after like an hour or something.
Is this a new dawn, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, I got my earring stuff back.
I got my
Oh.
tattoo back.
I just want to say I got 69 health points.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Nice.
Uh,
Nicest amount of health points ever.
cleric spells aren't. You can't choose them on a. People usually say long rest because people rest over the night, but I believe it's every night or dawn. Is
It's
that-
technically you spend like 10 minutes meditating in the morning.
Every morning, yeah.
Well,
'Cause
no,
you
it
have-
depends on the god. Because if it's a morning god, it's in the morning. If it's a night god, it's in the nighttime.
Yeah, but I think it is once a day, though.
You
I
finish
thought.
a long rest. Or wait, you prepare. That's when you recharge them.
Yeah,
Prepare
but
is supposed to
prepare
recharge.
is, I believe.
Because you know all your spells as a cleric.
Yeah, you just pick from your book or from your list of what you want that day.
You change all
Maybe
the
it's a
repair spells when you finish a long rest.
Maybe it's a feature?
Yeah, it's,
To
it's
do
part
it-
of this. Oh, to like change it in a short rest. It might
Yeah.
be. But yeah, as far as the rules are, you gotta have the change of prepared spells.
Ooh, I really should have played something warlocky because brutal is brutal for straight up casters.
I only got I only got one spell slot back, so
I don't know what y'all are complaining about. I got all my shit back.
I still have half
mean-
of my spell
Alright,
slots.
Okay.
So.
I have two
Says
first
the
levels.
swordsmith.
level 11, so
Y'all, marshals are way more fun than I thought they were.
it is with these
Told
rolls
you.
for sure.
I've been saying it.
He been
Yeah,
through
these rules do kind of balance martial casters a little bit, I think. Beautiful. You awake the next morning having slept in the undercrypt below Martira Bay.
It's cozy.
You kind of like wake up to the sounds of Odessa like scratching on paper. As she continues to like work on some arcade thing. There's like a little like card tower beside her as she works. That she like obviously spent a lot of time on.
Rosemary would never, but Sam wants to just tap on the desk she's using.
The Rosemary win. And I'm gonna thanks here.
before we leave, there's one thing I'm going to ask Odessa, but
What are you
Um,
recharging, buddy?
Odessa's
Sully.
freaking brain.
You wake up this morning with I don't know if you guys have actually given him a name yet.
Grimalkin.
Grimalkin.
The little zombie cat, when you open your eyes, is standing on your chest, just staring at you with like the large just to
It's like-
remind everybody.
Just like a real cat.
Just staring at you with like these large eyes. There's like a little bit of drool like coming out of its mouth as it's just like staring at you. And when you open your eyes and it like realizes that your eyes are open, it just goes.
Sully's just gonna wipe the drool away and pet the cat.
Aw.
This is a very cute kitten.
This cat
Yeah.
rocks.
Also, the identification of the potion, please, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what it is.
That's fair.
Oh.
That is fair. I mean, it out and throw it under your.
God
that's actually.
Oh my
not the one.
god!
That's
damn!
not-
What?
Hold on, I didn't mean the storm
What?
giant one. That's
No,
not the one
too
I had.
late!
Oh my god!
Storm, bro.
Too late.
I'm totally. when she
You
drank
said
out
it's a
of the stone
transparent
giant.
liquid.
Yeah,
John.
they all are. I was reading the
No.
stone giant one.
John!
They're not all transparent. I thought they all had slight color changes.
The color was, I think, associated with the ordering.
No.
Is
Oh,
this
well,
like a
both-
really
both
good
stone-
potion? Because I don't know.
Both Stone and
It's your
Storm
strength, 29.
are described the same. Potion has a transparent liquid with a sliver of a fingernail. Giant
So-
appropriate type. inside.
Gross.
What it does.
It's fine.
Is
I messed up. It's fine.
It's
it
only
sets your
for 1
strength
hour.
It's only
For
for
1 hour. It
That's
sets
a
your
big
strength to
deal.
29.
That is a big deal.
Your
It's
sh-
a legendary.
It gives you a +9 to all your rolls outside of proficiency.
Yeah.
For strength,
All
you
your-
make attacks. Just flat. It sets your strength to 29 for an hour. And it does that much extra
Sweet.
damage as well. Because it's all based off of strength.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so
So your
sick.
great,
It's
so your
crazy.
great weapon master strikes are going to be like on.
Gross. Just nasty.
Yeah. So basically,
You're
for
the
1 hour, when Sully drinks that, she will be a monster.
Scary.
Buff as hell.
Scary.
I have a question.
Use
Tiny
it
buff ass gnome.
Only when you
What is
totally
what is the
really need it.
description of the potion of mind reading? Because it's. She gave me one of those. Because
You drink
I'll
the
put-
potion and get the spell.
Potion's
Right.
dense purple liquid has an ovoid cloud of pink floating in it. I can pull that potion out for you.
Gross.
You have one of those on you.
Yeah, that's. I traded Odessa for the playing card set.
There you go. And
We have a potion of maximum power floating around here too.
Uh huh.
I think I have that in my pocket for when I need it.
Oh, you just gain the effects of it. Got it.
you have the potion of maximum power. I'm gonna put it under you.
And then I have
Maximum power.
I have the potion of don't get hit.
I mean, I'm the only spellcaster of like higher level, so I think it's the most useful in my pocket.
Yeah, I don't really have damage spells, so that works out fine.
What's the potion called that you gave me? The one that gives you resistance to
Gaseous form?
Yes.
Invulnerability.
No, you have invulnerability.
invulnerability,
Potion.
yeah.
We also have a potion of gaseous form too.
Potion of stink.
No, stink. The potion of ability. Under
Oh, it's up to 1 minute.
I know I don't know much about this potion that I got, but I think Sully also doesn't know. She's like completely fucking clueless.
I think you realize that basically it's gonna make you really fucking strong and make you hit really fucking hard for an hour. Is basically the gist of it. I think Sully
Okay.
kind of figures that out.
Only when you really need it.
Oh my god.
It's like
You
mega
guys-
elixir shit. Save that to the end.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
But yeah,
What do you
it
think
changes-
it tastes like? just
That
as a
nail
joke.
is probably
just
funky.
haha, just funny. Wouldn't it be funny?
Storm giant toenails. What that tastes like.
You guys ever wonder what a storm giant's feet smell like? Just as a joke.
Just,
It's just a joke.
just laugh.
But yeah, so that like Funk said, it'll turn your +4 modifier to like a +9 modifier.
It's crazy.
So anyway, you guys gather your stuff together. Thorn kind of pokes up and is like, so out the back way, or
Well, are we gonna go try to be friends with the Baron, or just see how that turns out?
oh wait, I'm doing the cinematic.
Let
Do you think?
I personally do not want to be friends with the Baron.
I'm not really a fan of her, but I don't want to make our list of friends short.
I'm more concerned with saving Armand, to be honest.
Well, then we know what to do. If Armand is something wrong, then if no more Baron after that,
Do you think that Pike has remained outside, or
Nah, he's home. No way.
He probably, or they probably waited till this morning. But I imagine overnight, they probably assumed we're all dead.
if they're anything like me, then they won't have needed much rest. And I get the impression that they are like me. We should go at the back, probably. To at least, for no other reason, to see where the tunnels let out.
Oh, I agree. Well, let's get walking, and then we'll figure out something to do along the way. Or we just kind of wing it. I'm going to forget the plan no matter what when we get there. So,
Hey, Buster,
or I'll
what
just
am I?
ignore it.
What do I do? Just holding Pepper's body.
Well, would you like to bury her?
I don't know. I've never done this. I'm not sending her back.
Well, then I think
Well,
we should bury her and have a funeral rite.
yes.
Buster, what do you
if
think? That seems like up your alley, right?
Burial, preparing the body and doing the burial. I've kind of left you to your own devices tonight because I would like to respect your wishes, but seeing as how she's been dead for this long, and she has no brain, I don't believe that there's any way to bring her back. So a burial is usually what people do. Find a nice place, dig a hole, pop her in, say nice words, mark this hole after you cover it up, and go from there.
I guess as we're leaving, just trying to find a nice place for her.
Whatever happened to Percy? Did Percy die when we cut the thing out of him?
Yeah, I think he got beheaded.
Yeah, I cut his
Yeah,
head
should
off
have
Okay.
marked that dude.
Okay.
for fun.
Just for giggles.
And
No, because
profit.
I wanted to prevent him from becoming another Hydra. Not that it would have made that much of a difference, but it made me feel more secure about it.
Yeah. Odessa, we're going to miss you. I hope you had fun last night with all the games, and if you ever want to come up and play, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. And if you want to come visit now, you're more than welcome.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Thank you. I suppose I think I'll probably stay down here for a little while, at least until I finish this project. She's like looks down at some new sketch she's working on. But I suppose I could move up to the city. They probably won't mind too much that I'm undead, right?
I'm
In
not sure if
fact-
anybody does.
We know a wonderful place you could stay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
I
hand
guess-
her a flyer with our
place.
address
Our
on
place.
it.
You can stay there.
Well, I was
That's
gonna
what we're
say
saying.
where Van Richten runs the thing because he's a
Oh yeah.
a specter of
Oh my
sorts.
god, what if they get together? What if they fall in love? They're
If only.
both dead.
They are both dead.
A
They have
match
so much
made
in
in
common.
heck.
So many dead people in this campaign.
lots of dead people. That is true.
Any kind of dead person will do.
Beautiful. So, the team goes through the back tunnels. Oh wait, no. First, you bury Pepper. So you find a
Find the nicest spot. If that means kicking out the corpse of Azalin, well, quote unquote Azalin that we found earlier, then that's fine.
yeah, there's some. I'll say down at the lower level, the crypts are not as nice as they are in the upper level. So if you wanted to like climb back up into those for like a fancy crypt, you could. But there are like lots of sarcophaguses down here. Some of them like very well made and stuff like that. So it just kind of depends on the energy you're going for. If you wanted to put him in like or Pepper in like the like main tomb that was in like the room, it was like kind of like half hanging over. You can do that as well.
Yeah,
Queen shit.
Okay.
110%. Throw out the old skeleton, carefully place her in.
Yeah, that was I think labeled as Darkulus Rex's tomb.
Gonna scratch
Um,
that out and write Pepper.
Cool.
There's got to be someone that's going to
In
come
what
down
language?
here and be really
In
obsessed.
common.
Cool. Buster, do you like do a ceremony and everything?
Yeah, I'll give her final rites. Do my cleric thing. I don't know if it's like an actual spell, but like just, you know, wash the body, put the coins over her eyes, you know, leave her arms crossed. But I like, what's the Buster move? Usually he pours like a little mound of salt on the forehead, but this time he, from his little magic spice pouch, pours some pepper like right on her forehead.
Aw.
And mix some rosemary along with there. That magic spice pouch. So smart.
The greatest magic item.
Cute. Okay. So getting my music options. I definitely did not work on music this week. Goodness. All right. Any other scenes before y'all leave the crypt? Beautiful. You head down into the tunnels, deeper, deeper. Traveling for a few hours. You can kind of see the tunnels that have been used the most, or that were used the most by the False Hydra. And I think you get the sense that pretty quickly that you could follow these tunnels out of the city completely, or like coming out near the crypt in the like local neighborhood around the undercrypt that is mostly abandoned.
Do any of the tunnels look like misted, like the impassable due to mist? I'm just thinking of how, because the Hydra must have had a tunnel out to that estate. If that's where we showed up, and Pepper got it.
Yeah, I think you do see like you. There's even kind of like loose markers that I think you get the sense that Percy left of like pointing to paths out of the city, and one of those paths does have like a thin trail of mist, like tendrils, very low, like not filling it up where you are, but you get the sense that if you like followed that path very far, you would hit a wall of mist.
Interesting. Spooky. Well, I don't want to go there. I was just curious.
Yeah. So where would y'all want to leave town, or do you want to kind of pop up within the city?
Within the city, right? Because we gotta save.
We have to save our
Armand.
boy Armand.
Cool.
Yeah.
And try and do some quick things since we're a little late tonight.
Could just
You
take a week.
Yeah, you head out into the city. I guess that's the next thing. Do you take a week? Do you take like a long rest, or do you go see the bear?
I
think
feel
we have
like
to-
What's
we
Thorn's?
have to deal with the
I feel like we have
bear
to go, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you get the sense that Thorn mentioned before that she doesn't believe the Baron will wait a week if y'all try to take it. Like, she will search your apartment. She will come looking for you.
yeah.
Don't they assume that
Yeah,
we're just
let's-
dead though?
For now.
No one stays
Yeah.
dead for long here.
Or they will go check.
Can you fucking imagine? We're all they're looking around for us, like searching everything, and we're just sitting in our apartment.
that she has the address to because I gave
Chilling.
her the
Right.
handmade missing poster.
Oh my gosh.
It's very
just
relatable.
completely just market it to the entire town. Hey
Yes.
guys. Yeah, let's visit her before and put her on her own heels before that we get found out.
Right. So you head to the Black Tower, the fort here that you know that now that the Kargot are based out of. You arrive, and Thor quickly handles any guards to get you in, like leading you down hallways. The sounds of random screams and people crying out for help in various parts of this fort as you pass.
Just like home.
One thing that I'm gonna do while we're in like a like a corner where no one's looking is I'm gonna actually ask Thorn, do you think that Pike is here right now?
Hard to say. Probably about a 50-50 shot whether he's out doing something for the Baron or here.
Did the gods say anything that he was here or not?
Sure, she'll stomp and ask. Said, yes, he's in the keep.
Well, just act like I'm helping bring these people in, and I'm gonna go to a corner and I'm gonna disguise myself as one of the guards, and I'm gonna start walking with them.
Okay. You travel a little bit and are kind of like brought to a guard who kind of like makes you wait a moment before getting like the green light, basically. Like door opens, says, "All right, they're good now," and you are brought into a room. This looks like a meeting room of some sort. You see one moment, please.
Do we see them? The most beautiful Baron of all?
You see Baron Metis. She is at the end of the table. There's like a long table here, several chairs. The wall is covered in mirrors so that you can kind of like look at people's expressions that you're not necessarily looking directly at because the walls are just like so covered in mirrors. And the Baron stands up as you enter this, like her face like lighting up. And she's like, I can't believe you made it back. I'm gonna have to kill Pike. He said you were dead. How about, do you have it?
Tobias is letting at it, right?
Thorn has it.
Thorn has it.
Oh, that's right.
She's-
Well,
Thorn has
Thorn
the
has
fake one.
It.
Yeah.
Thorn brings out the crown, handing it over to the Baron. The Baron takes it, looks at it for a moment, like she's kind of like dancing, like ooh, and like gets her hands on it, takes it and looks at it for a moment. And then she takes it and like slams it against like the edge of the table, and it cracks in half. She looks at it, throwing it aside. Her face drops as she turns steely eyes towards each of you.
Oh shit, I just realized none of us saw Tobias swap it.
And
So Buster's
she's
very much like,
Yeah, Rosemary goes like,
she says, a piece of wood? You bring me a piece of wood and tell me it's the crown of the King of Darkon.
it was in his crypt.
we killed like 30 dead people and a giant disappear worm to get that crown, and it was made of wood. Thorn saw the whole thing.
Yeah, Thorn is like, it's true. It was the crown that was there. The skull. Wait, did she see the skull wearing it? It was the
It would have been in the other room, but
yeah. It was
all
the
the
crown.
zombies were trying to get it.
We found it in Darkless's Rex's tomb, his crypt. And she kind of like, you see Thorn is like starting to sweat a little bit as she like looks around. The Baron looks at each of you, and I need you to give me a bit of a deception check, like just like a cool check, and you can have advantage on this, Tobias, since nobody knows you like have this. But basically, just to like not look suspicious as this Baron is like looking at all of you for any like signs of to
20.
see that's really good. That's really good. The Baron disappointing, really. And you see she draws her sword, pulling it in front of her. Did you have something to say?
is Armand in here?
That is
No,
a cool sword.
Not that you see now.
Okay.
That is a cool sword that you have there. I like the whole thing to
The
it. But
blood group is real cool.
we did what you asked. Exactly as you asked. We even did more. We killed Vanisher. You might have memory of Vanisher appearing. It is a weird foggy thing. It shows up after it is dead and no longer singing.
Give me a persuasion check, Buster.
Sure.
I know these are
Can,
not
can
here.
he have advantage because I said her sword has a cool blood groove?
You can't
Sure.
keep getting away with it.
You know what? For me, 15. Yeah, I miss
pretty good.
boss sometimes.
Pretty good. She says, "You brought me a fake. You brought me a fake. I do appreciate you taking care of the Vanisher. I really do. And it's commendable. So congratulations. I'm not gonna kill any of you. Um, but the crown was part of the deal for your friend."
Okay. Where then could the real crown be if it was not in crypt?
Oh, and just as a note that I should have mentioned earlier, looking at all these mirrors, you each notice like the Baron, her clothes show up, but she does not.
Hot.
In these mirrors.
Really cool.
She's reverse naked.
So if she was naked, we would just not see her in any of the mirrors. Feels like a power
Correct.
move.
Correct.
In front of us.
And
I
she
believe
says,
Katana.
she says, if the crown's not down there, or unless you have a lead into where the real crown is, or you give me some other reason for me to keep your friend alive, because I don't really have a lot of motivation right now. I would love motivation. I would really love some.
Thorn said there was something down there that you would like to see.
I
And
did.
I'll tell her about the amber thing that we saw at the bottom of the pit.
You mentioned the amber thing, and the Baron is like, that's interesting, but not particularly useful for my needs.
Well, I tried.
Well, if the amber itself is not useful, then perhaps the arcane sigil used to bind a powerful creature might be useful to you, that was located on the inside of it.
Fine. I'll keep your friend alive for another week.
It's enough time for us to rest.
Wow, what a convenient amount of time.
And she like basically like has a hand out for this like sigil.
Did we bring that piece with us?
Well, it was like the remnant of it. I could probably draw what I remember of it.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe you had drawn like a copy of it for Odessa to look at.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hand this to her, and she says, "Good. 1 week to find the crown, or I can't really use your friend anymore. Or if you have something on for me in a week, maybe we can. It'll be fun. It'll be like a little bargaining game where we see how long we can keep him alive."
The one time I play a not horny character.
John, can you just be this character all the time?
Right?
I feel like you just dropped the facade and you're just yourself with no limits because you're like, there's no character, there's no bit. You're just talking quickly and like being a sassy vampire lady. It's off-putting, but god damn, it's good. How do I react to this lady?
A dramatic way to end our session, but I'm not sure I really have one tonight.
Where are you keeping our friend? In the keep? In the tower here?
We keep him in the keep.
You're so clever. You're very funny and also very clever.
It's good of you to notice.
I don't sound sincere, but I am.
I think you're a pretty smart bunch, and maybe I'm reading too much into this. She's kind of like sets her like sword on her shoulder. Um, but a week to find the crown, and then we can talk about the other artifacts I need. As once your friend is safely back in your hands again.
That is a key component to this deal.
Mm-hmm. You're dismissed.
Oh, I don't need to ask you about my sister anymore because my sister died.
Basil?
I'm being super vague. Yeah, we found my sister dead down with the Vanisher.
Give me a deception check with advantage, since you're kind of like.
Oh, I forgot to select advantage.
12.
That's real good for me, guys. I'm not trained.
The Baron like gives you a knowing smile and just says, "My condolences."
Oh, thank you. It was really heartbreaking.
Weren't you looking for two sisters?
Oh, I'm looking for a lot of sisters.
Interesting.
They look like me.
No, I got that. Yes.
How many guards are around right now?
You don't see any guards. Like there is you. There's a guard outside, but the Baron is the only
fuck
person you
does-
see inside here.
The fuck does she need guards for? She's a hot vampire lady. She's fine.
See you in a week.
I can just see the gears turning in Popey's head. The machinations.
Do y'all do anything before you leave? Do you attack and ambush the Baron right now?
I mean, listen, Sam is
But-
down to clown.
Before Tobias does anything rash, can
Olin's
can I
like, oh shit.
no can I detect portal? Do my detect portal here? See if it makes any difference because it's kind of a weird little place.
Pog.
Let's shoot it out again. But...
Was this planar
Oh.
portal?
I'm gonna narrow it down where all the interplanar travel happens in this freaking place, one way or another.
Also, I would like to size her up.
You
Because
do
I
not
think
currently detect any portals.
We've been
Okay.
interacting with her for more than a minute.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
So
Battle Masters.
I'd like to size this bitch up.
Learn certain
Oh
information.
wow.
on-
What? That's a
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, battle
Yeah.
masters are nuts. Battle masters are
y-
actually crazy.
All
You
right,
get to
which two?
choose two things.
Which two things?
So
Oh.
first I get to know if she's equal, superior, or inferior in regard to. Okay, so I'm gonna go with. Ooh, I'm gonna go with hit points.
She has more than you.
Okay,
Superior.
all right. And then let's go with. AC's 21. I gotta switch it back because I'm not hasted anymore.
Her AC's definitely going to be lower than 21.
Hopefully.
Oh,
Let's
she's-
go.
Why
Oh,
is
she's
one back to
insane.
16?
Let's go with dexterity.
She's also superior to you in dexterity.
So above a 16. Got it.
Mhm. Yeah, she definitely has a preternatural grace and is very hardy as far as hit points go.
You can just do
Yeah.
that at will. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So
Can I do that
charges,
every
just-
minute to get 2 things?
you'll do. I need an answer like now. basically, if you're going to fight her or leave.
Does
All right,
anybody begin to make any type of move?
raise your
Owen's-
hand if you want to fight her right now.
Got a free week and I need spell slots. Oh, but this is gonna be such an easy time to do it, and as opposed to
Exactly.
I had a message ready to go in the chat and I dropped it and I deleted it.
Control Z.
I'll finish it. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be
Ready as a
ready.
potion.
Was it gonna be ready, just in case something were to pop off? But I was like, oh, we're not getting close to popping off. I'm not worried.
I was gonna abstain, but then I realized this is even if I don't vote.
Mm-hmm. So abstaining is a vote.
You're abstaining?
I was going to, but then I realized we need a tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah. So Olin and Buster don't want to fight necessarily right this minute. Or they want to wait a week first.
It's not even the waiting a week. It's
And-
just that I'm not particularly interested in fighting right now. But
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
I'll follow the group. But
That's where I'm at.
I don't listen. Will wants to, but Tobias just is trying to find a reason right now, and he can't find one exactly. So
And we're gonna wait a week.
in that case, I'm gonna I won't do anything.
just feel like I feel like
Um,
there's a lot of stuff riding right now. We have a lot of like loose ends that we need to figure out how to tie up whatever ends up happening.
Yeah.
As far as we know right now, she's alone.
Yeah, but as far as we
That's
know,
for that's for the Bay of Pigs situation that we're in, kind of.
yeah.
I'm gonna turn into like the
Because
monastery.
what if there's
Well-
just a bunch of naked vampires in the room who are also invisible?
Yeah. You do get the sense that the Baron is not alone like this very often. So I'll throw that out there.
Oh God,
that as a
guys,
web.
come on,
Do
let's
I
Why
get
would
to
you?
fucking kill her.
You didn't
Let's
have
just
to
kill
throw
her.
it out
Actually,
there.
I'll let y'all just talk this out and decide over the weekend. I'll say before the Baron says, like, she gets up, like, assuming you're about to leave, and she says, I'll let the merchants know to allow you to purchase the good stuff.
Well, fuck.
I do
Oh,
like
God.
the good stuff.
Oh God damn it.
Oh, now she says that.
God damn it, John.
You know exactly how to bribe us, don't you?
Loot.
I mean, I hope you fight the Baron either way eventually. I'm going to go ahead and send this to you guys. The Montira Bay Market is now open to you, where you can buy materials for magic items as well as simple schematics. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for tonight's session. Next week, we will do downtime, and maybe our heroes will do battle with the Baron, or at least rescue their friends from her. We'll see what happens. Thank you for joining us. We'll find out next time whether the heroes survive, thrive, or take a dive.